controversial topics we've covered in a long time. There's a difference between having money and making sure nobody in your family tree will ever be poor. The people we'll be talking about in this video simply have a goal to make it, to grow it, and to keep it. Here are the top 10 richest families in the world. Number 10. Betancourt. Estimated family net worth $36 billion. The name might sound familiar because we've talked about her in our top 10 richest widows in the world video. You can check it out in the top right corner. If you've never heard the name before, you've definitely heard of L'Oreal. Back in 1907, Eugene Schuler started this legendary business. After he passed away, his daughter, Liliane Betancourt, took over. However, she is not running the company anymore. She is suffering from dementia. Now her only daughter is taking care both of her and her family company. Liliane Betancourt is not just the head of France's richest family. She is also the richest widow and the richest woman in the world. She holds her family's total net worth, which is estimated around $36 billion. Unfortunately, Liliane's condition has been difficult to her and her family. Last year, the French court sentenced a celebrity photographer, Françoise Marie Bagnaia, along with several former wealth managers for taking advantage of her mental state to steal millions of euros from her. Number 9. Arnault. Estimated family net worth $39 billion. We have a special place in our hearts for Mr. Arnault here at alux.com. He's built a massive luxury empire under the LVMH umbrella company. He does not just own one luxury brand, he owns 70 of them. Among them are Dom Perignon, Louis Vuitton, Tag Heuer, and Bulgari. Need I say more? Bernard just loves art. In fact, he graduated with a bachelor degree of arts and science, and luxury things can bring the best taste of art. He has been into luxury since 1984, when he bought a business for $15 million, including Dior. In his 67 years of age, Bernard still acts as the chairman and CEO of LVMH, and today his company is generating up to $34 billion of annual sales. But most of his $39 billion estimated net worth comes from the Christian Dior stocks he owns, since it was just a construction company in the 1990s. Number 8. Cox. Estimated family net worth $41 billion. In 1898, James M. Cox bought the Dayton Evening News. This is how the Cox empire started its money roll. Today, James's grandchildren are taking over the family business, and the Cox's $41 billion family fortune is divided among 5 of them. The leading man of the family company is Jim Kennedy, second man from the right in the picture. The Cox owns and runs Cox Enterprises, which includes Cox Communications and Cox Media Group. As James started it from newspaper publishing only, the family business has expanded to radio and cable TV. That is not all. Besides media business, the Cox family also takes on the automotive market challenge. 11 years ago, the family made a $4 billion acquisition of Dealer Track, which focuses in making software for car dealers. Number 7. Cargill Macmillan. Estimated family net worth $49 billion. According to Forbes, Cargill Macmillan family has the most billionaire members compared to any other family in the world. There are 14 of them. Plus, there are dozens more millionaires within this America's 4th richest family. So it should come as no surprise that together they have $49 billion of estimated net worth. Cargill Inc. is America's largest private company. Their products and services range from bio-industrial, energy, agricultural, food and beverage to pharmaceutical. However, most of their business revenues, around $108 billion, come from agribusinesses. William W. Cargill started the business empire back in 1865. He founded a small storage company and he made his own fortune as railroads expanded westward in the United States. As his son-in-law, John Macmillan, took over the business in 1909, the wealthy family became commonly known as Cargill-Macmillan. The family has not run the company since 1995, when Whitney Macmillan stepped down from CEO position, but they still own 88% of the company's shares and 6 of the family members still sit on the company's board. Number 6. Slim Hulu. Estimated family net worth $52 billion. Carlos Slim Hulu is the richest man in Mexico and is ranked 4th in Forbes' billionaire list this year. Carlos alone has a net worth of $47.8 billion, and together with his entire family members, the Slim Hulu has around $52 billion in assets. That number was actually half bigger last year, but the family's mobile phone operator business, América Móvil, was hit hard by some factors. The biggest factors are some of the changes in Mexican telecoms regulations and the economic decline in South America. Regardless, the Slim Hulu family is still one of the richest. Besides the telecoms company, Carlos also owns the biggest stake of New York Times shares, 17%, and that is not all. He also bought majority stakes of other big companies in South America, such as Grupo Carso and Grupo Financiero Inbursa. Carlos is not just the richest man in Mexico, but also one of the most powerful in the world. Number 5. Mars. Estimated family net worth $78 billion. Trick or treat, it's candy time. I'm pretty sure that all of you have eaten or bought at least one of the Mars family candies. As a matter of fact, even I have some of them in the fridge right now. Milky Way, Snickers and M&Ms are popular not just in the United States, but also worldwide. And this family is responsible for making us crave more. Frank Mars started the candy-selling company from a small kitchen back in 1911. Then, about 18 years later, his son, Forrest, joined in. That was the beginning of flavored nougat invention. It became the basis of Snickers, one of the world's best-selling nougat candy bars. Number 4. Coke. Estimated family net worth $82 billion. Coke Industries is America's second largest private company after Cargill Inc., which was talked about at number 7. But in terms of estimated net worth, the Coke family leads with $82 billion. Perhaps it's because the Coke family chose the right industry, oil and gasoline. It all started back in the 1920s when Fred C. Koch developed a new method for the refinement of heavy crude oil into gasoline, and it was groundbreaking. Today, the Coke Industries run a large variety of businesses. It ranged from food, shelter, clothing to transportation, and of course the one they started with, fuel. In total, the company is producing 16 types of goods. The Koch brothers, who inherited the company from their father Fred, are also known for their political activism. As stated in their official website, they use unapologetic advocates for the principles of a free and open society. Number 3. Walton. Estimated family net worth $130 billion. While most of these wealthiest families run in multiple industries, the Walton family only focuses on one. It is the largest retailer in the United States, Walmart. The retail's business revenues reach up to $483 billion in sales, the biggest in the US. Sam Walton and his brother James Budd founded the retail business in 1962. It grew bigger and bigger until it became what it is today. After both of the Walton brothers passed away, Walmart was taken over by their children, Sam's 2 sons and 1 daughter, and Bud's 2 daughters. Today, the Waltons' 3rd generation is in charge as chairman, director, and board members, alongside Kevin Stystrom, the co-founder of Instagram, and Marissa Mayer, the CEO of Yahoo. Forbes crowned the Waltons as the wealthiest family in the United States with its $130 billion estimated net worth. Number 2, Al Saud. Estimated family net worth $1.4 trillion. Al Saud, or House of Saud, rules Saudi Arabia. The first notable Al Saud family member was Mohammed bin Saud, the founder of Saudi Arabia's first estate, Emirate of Diriyah. Now the family has thousands of members. Together, they form a wealthy family with an entire net worth that doesn't measure in billions, but trillions. Some of Al Saud family members are also listed in Forbes Billionaires list. The highest ranked on that list is Prince Al Walid bin Talal. He is currently the 41st richest man in the world with a net worth of $19.5 billion. That name might ring a bell since he's one of our favourites here at alux.com, as we've mentioned him in multiple videos, including the one we did on the most expensive private jets in the world, which you can check out in the top right corner. The family also owns one of the most expensive yachts in the world and are making sure they're growing Saudi Arabia's power on the world scale. Number 1. Rothschild. Estimated family net worth $10 trillion. You might have not heard about this family before, and that happened by design. Their design. The Rothschilds are one of the most secretive families in the world, and if we are to look at the few documented cases where people spread some light on their fortune, we might say they are some of the largest players in almost all core industries around the world. There are so many Rothschild family members with their own legions and investment portfolios that they own pieces of everything, which probably makes them the most influential family in the world right now. The Rothschilds' empire dates back centuries ago. It was somewhere around the 1760s when Mayer Amschel Rothschild founded a bank in Germany, where the family originates from. They financed almost every major war since growing their wealth in the process. Then, decades later, he sent his son to found the Rothschilds banking family in England. And now Rothschild & Co. is one of the largest banking dynasties. Let's put it this way, when banks and governments need money, they borrow it from them with interest. We will make a video solely dedicated to the Rothschild family sometime in the future because we want to go deep. Till then, we're curious, what do you think about building legacy businesses that are transferred from parents to their kids and so on? At what point do you think the new generations are not entitled to the money? We're really curious to know your take on this, so we'll be in the comments sharing our ideas for this. Speaking of, because you stuck with us up until this point, we wanted to cover why didn't the Gates or Buffett family make the list? They definitely have the money. We didn't want to look at single individuals, plus they decided to give away 99% of their fortunes when they die, so the rest of the family will end up as